This is the plaintiff, Robert Woodenberg. He says the defendant, his 19-year-old neighbor, uses his yard as a shortcut to get to his girlfriend's house. He climbs over his fence and has damaged it. He's done everything to prevent him from doing it, including greasing the poles. But nothing will deter him, and he won't pay for the repairs. So now he needs the judge's help. He's suing for $250, the amount he's owed. This is the defendant, Manny Mesa. He says he's never, not even once, used the plaintiff's yard as a shortcut, nor has he climbed his fence. Besides, a hippopotamus would have to have climbed that fence to damage it, because it's made of steel. Bottom line, he's got the wrong guy. He's accused of trespassing.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Robert Woodenberg?
Yes, I am.
You are suing Manny Mesa,
Yes, ma'am.
I guess a neighbor,
Yes.
for $250. The estimate to repair the fence on your property that you say he keeps jumping as a shortcut.
That's
Tell
correct.
me what's going on.
Well, Manny has actually, he used to cut through my neighbor's yard, and the cul-de-sac, or the area behind my house, there's a pond, and he used to cut through there, and the area behind it, the development built a fence and stopped him from doing it. And instead of taking a long way around to visit his girlfriend, he now it started to use my fence and jumped over that.
How do you know this?
Because my wife has seen him do it. I have seen him do it when I was in my pool.
How do you know he's visiting his girlfriend?
Because I asked his mother.
Oh, okay. All right. And so you actually saw him do it?
Yes, I have.
Okay, do you say anything to him?
Yeah, I yell at him.
Hey, knock it off.
Hey, cut it out.
Cut it
You
out.
know,
Does he
and I
turn
really
around and
don't-
look at you? Do you make eye contact?
He looks at me and looks, because I'm in the pool, so I'm, 6 inches ahead, sticking a head out, and he really kind of just looks, and because he was like stunned where I was, and I put down silicone to stop him. And
You did what? What?
Put down silicone on the top of the bar.
You greased up the top of the chain link fence?
Yeah.
So it'd be slippery?
Yeah. And
Okay.
that kind of ticked him off. And then the Coral Spring Police said, well, really the better idea is to put axle grease down there, because that will stay on him and it'll really
stain
tick-
him. All right,
stain him.
so
and
that,
that ticked him.
dude, just walk around. All right, now I'll get to you in a second. I think you deny any of this stuff, but so did you put axle grease on?
Oh, yeah.
And so was anybody walking around with the telltale axle grease stain?
Well, no, I didn't, but all of a sudden, there's paper towels after that.
Paper towels?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's just personal.
Yeah.
I think it's personal. Paper towel, like people would use paper towels and then just drop them on your yard?
Well, I think it was him. I don't know that it was him. I didn't see him use paper towels.
But now you're not only is your fence being used and jumped, but now they're littering on your fence, right? So now you have paper towels in the mix.
Well, it was more over into the park area, but
Okay. All right, so do you call the police? How many times did you call police on this?
twice.
Okay.
I have
All
the
right.
reports.
So at some point you decide to go to his house and talk to his mother.
Yes.
All right, tell me about that.
Well, his mother said I raised 2 girls that were wonderful and blah, 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 and kind of dissed Manny quite a bit. And I really don't want to get into that because I don't want to raise Manny. I just want him to stop jumping my fence.
Stop jumping your fence,
and pay
okay?
for it.
So,
But-
and what does she say? Yes, his girlfriend lives on that other side.
And yeah, that's a shortcut to his girlfriend's house. And
So did you ever talk to Manny?
oh yeah.
Okay, do you mind, Mr. Mesa? What's going on?
I honestly don't even know where to start. We're going back about 12 months ago now.
Okay.
Somewhere between 8 and 12 months ago.
Okay.
I did use his neighbor's yard before to cut through. He has a
Okay.
neighbor to the east of him. There was no fence. There was nothing. It was a straight walk through.
Okay.
The neighbors have even seen me use their yard. They've never had a problem. Their dog loves me. They never had a problem
They have
with
a
me.
dog and you cut
Yeah.
through the...
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so obviously there's no problem. I'm not bit, but there's no fence or nothing. Then we have a water plant right next to our houses. To the east of his neighbor's house, there's a water plant. Supposedly...
By the way, who were you crossing the neighbor's yard to go see? Your girlfriend?
My girlfriend, but she's not in that neighborhood right behind it. It's just...
By the way, obviously, it is a shorter distance from
Right.
your house to your girlfriend's to go
Right.
by His house and the neighbor's house, because you just told me you used to go by the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
What made you stop going by through the neighbor's house?
The city put up a fence in the neighbor's house because of the water plant.
Okay, so now you can't go through there.
Right.
But you're not the guy going through his.
Right. Well, see, here's the thing. That fence goes up, and it's not till 6 months later that his fence is damaged.
Okay.
And now I'm the only one he's ever seen go through their yard, so I'm the only one he could come to.
Do you go through his yard?
No, but there's other people besides me who have used his neighbor's yard too.
Okay.
So, I mean, I know I'm not the only one that have went between those houses before.
I mean, you know, at what point do you guys figure out that this is private property and that you don't have the right to use it? Like,
well,
at any point, or
the
no?
neighbors were fine
How old
with me,
are you?
though.
I don't care.
I'm 19.
You're 19. Okay, well, if someone gives you permission to use private property, there is no problem. But if someone doesn't give you permission, there is a problem. Now, according to you, you have a conversation with him that you taped, correct?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
I don't know anything about this coming off. I don't know how they both come off. They both come off when I reconnected them, okay?
What are you guys talking about? Pause. What are you guys talking about? These two disconnected and all that. What's that?
Two disconnected was the two, if I could show you the picture.
No, can you set up this conversation? Where are you when you're having it?
I'm in the backyard talking with him and telling him where he's jumped over the fence.
And showing him the damaged part.
And showing him the damaged part.
Do you have pictures of the damaged part?
Yes, I do.
Let me see that.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah. Now, one of the things you said in your answer to the complaint is that it would take a hippopotamus to dent this like this. You realize that's just silly. All it takes is a guy who's leaning on it, who jumps over, and that's it. Just chronically doing that or doing that several times could cause this kind of damage because it's not meant to have that used. You do understand that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just saw it as it was a steel fence. I'm a 120-pound kid, and I mean, I'd have to be jumping up and down on it for it to
I don't
bend.
think you're right about that.
Really?
I think that it's enough to be putting that kind of weight. It was never intended to have weight put down on it like that when somebody's jumping.
I respect that.
You know what I'm saying?
That was just
All
my personal opinion.
Right.
That's all.
All right, now let's hear that tape. Wait, before you press play, since I can barely understand it because he's talking so fast, I may end up having to take a recess and hear it in my chambers. But I want to ask you, what is it you say he says on the tape?
Well, I said, here's the damage you've done. He goes on to say, it wasn't just me. I said, well, you're the only one that I've ever seen do it. And then he admits that he has jumped it.
Your fence?
Yes.
In that tape, I'm going to hear him say that he has jumped over your fence.
Yes, as well as other people.
But that he's just not the only one jumping over your fence. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so go ahead and play. Let's see if I can.
I know this ball is bent. No. I know I bent it. I don't know anything about this coming off. I don't know they both come off.
Okay, just pause that a second. Did I just hear you say I bent it?
I don't know. I couldn't understand
Sounds to me
it.
like I said, but I just realized something. Did you know you were being taped?
No.
You know you're in Florida, and in Florida that's a felony, what you did?
I thought it was under...
Under nothing. We are a two-party consent state in the state of Florida. You don't have a right to tape somebody without their knowledge.
Well, I thought it was over the phone.
No. Somebody can leave you a taped message, and you can take the tape and use it in evidence in court. They know they're being taped. It's not over the phone. It's not like you don't have more rights in person than you have if you tape somebody over the phone. You have no right to tape somebody. New York is a one-party consent state. You could tape whoever you want. But every state has different laws. And in Florida, it's a third-degree felony, not a misdemeanor, a felony to tape somebody without their knowledge. Put the tape away. I can't consider it.
Okay.
Okay? But I do have him saying that you, in fact, were seen by him jumping the fence.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Can you bend a chain link fence if you weigh 120 pounds and try to jump it?
I would say no.
Why?
I think it have to be about 170 pounds. I think
Really?
It's a little bit. I think it's a little too light. I've climbed chain link fence and I weigh 150.
What do you think?
For me, it'd depend on the weight of the chain. So it'd be nice to know the weight of the chain.
Well, are chain link fence rinky-dink enough that a 120-pound person can bend it?
I don't know, stuff happen. It can happen. But I doubt
That's
it.
just not good enough. I want an answer. Going inside the courtroom.
Why is it $250 to fix this chain link fence?
I have estimates that...
Can I see 'em?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So let me ask you a question. Did you ever have, forget about the tape. Did you ever have a conversation with him on those grounds?
Yeah, I did.
Tell me
What
about
happened-
the conversation.
He had, like he said, came over and talked to my mother about it. My mom told me when I woke up later that day. she was like, you need to go straighten this out. You know, I don't want problems with my neighbors. So I went over there, started out, I was apologizing because a few weeks before that, he confronted me, came up to me in his car, blaming me for it, yelling at me, this, and that, and I was ignoring him. I was having a bad day, I just kept walking, and he comes in, cuts me off in his car, comes from a foot away from me to block me off from walking, blah, blah, blah. I go to his house, apologize for being rude, this, and that. I ask him if I could see the damage. I want to see the damage that's done. He didn't ask me to come look at it or anything.
Okay.
So I asked him if I could see the damage, what exactly happened. He brings me around back. He was showing me what happened. I was looking at it. I think what in that tape was, if you even want to go there, I was asking him, I bent it, like, because he said, you bent this,
like
you pulled
I shot
this.
the clerk. I shot, like in the movie My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny, exactly. I love that movie. But
all right.
that's
no,
just
actually,
how that happened.
that law is for your benefit, so I don't. I have the absolute power and ability to take that right out of my head and not consider it. That's why I'm asking you what happened in the conversation.
Right. Nothing. We ended up going out back. He was showing me the damage. I was saying, listen, I really don't want trouble over this. I didn't do it. I know I didn't do it. I don't want trouble over it. But
did you offer to pay him money? What did you say at the end of the day? What did you say?
My mom wants this resolved. Is there any way we could work this out in a fair manner?
Okay.
And there was no way to do that. He wanted me to pay in full everything, and I wasn't going to do that. Maybe.
What had you suggested, just out of curiosity?
I just said, can you go ahead and get a couple estimates, and maybe me and my family will try and help out just to settle it. Yeah, I did. He brought
so you
two.
get an estimate, and the estimate's for how much?
There was one for $250 and one for $350.
Okay, and when you get the estimate, do you call them and say this is too much, or I didn't do that all on my own, or I didn't do that at all, or
I didn't have to. A day later, he showed up at my house. A day after I got it.
Okay.
Asking me about it.
And you said?
He said, well, here's the estimates. Are you going to give me my money? And just coming at me like that, I blew it off. I said, no, I guess I'll see you in court, sir.
Okay, well, you've seen him in court, and I think you did jump over it. And there may have been other people who were jumping over it too.
Okay.
But you're all jointly and severally liable. The law doesn't make the innocent party try to figure out how much you weigh, how much the other guy weighs, or how much pressure, like in other words, that's your problem to figure out with somebody else. It's never going to be the victim's problem who is wronged by several people's actions. So it doesn't really bother me that there may be other people who are doing it too. That doesn't come into the factoring of this. I order you to pay the $250 to repair the fence, and I strongly suggest that you get your Are you still dating the same girl?
Yeah.
Good. So get your exercise and walk around, okay? $250 verdict for the plaintiff.
We'll see what the defendant has to say as he comes down in the hallway losing his case. What's going through your mind here?
I don't know. There's really nothing I could do about it. The judge made her judgment, and I got to deal with it. I did the best I could, and it's unfair.
Well, if you didn't cause the damage, it wasn't you. Why did you offer to settle with the guy?
My mother wanted peace between the neighbors. She didn't want the drama, so.
Well, what were you willing to pay if to settle this thing and not go to court?
My mother up front said that she would put up $50 if that was the case, if it would settle things and keep the peace, but that wasn't the case.
I don't know if there's peace now. You still have that same girlfriend?
Yes, sir.
How much longer does it take you to get to her place now?
She's had a car for a while now. I haven't had to cut through yards since she got her car. I don't have to cut through yards.
Too bad you didn't get that a little sooner.
I know.
Okay, you just head right down this way. Okay. All right, so come on in here, and you got money to fix your fence, and you're satisfied now?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah? You think you've seen the last of your neighbor here?
Hopefully.
I mean, he says there are other guys jumping over the fence.
Since his girlfriend got a car, evidently everybody else is riding in that car.
All right, Harvey.
Okay, Kurt, here's the thing. If more than one person jumped the fence, it really doesn't matter. The person who owns the fence can go after any of the ones he chooses to get his money back, and then the wrongdoers have to decide how to split it amongst themselves. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.